Hi beautiful people. So as you can see, this is a manual vent breast pump. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you the pros and the cons of using a manual breast pump, at least from my experience. But before we dive in, one thing that you should know is that if you are choosing to breastfeed exclusively, that is okay. But for the mothers that are always on the go, or the working mothers, or for some reason you're not present with your baby but you need them to feed on breast milk, especially for the first 6 months of their life, you will need a breast pump. So breast pumps usually come in handy to help or relieve mothers that burden, such that someone else can feed your baby while you are away. So that is why I want to share with you from my experience the pros and the cons that I've had with using a manual breast pump. Advantage number one is portability and lightweight. As you can see, this is it. So in case you are on the go and you are traveling, or you're in public, or you have your office bag, it's very easy to carry with you your manual breast pump. You just remove all its parts and then keep them well, and then put them in your bag, and then you move. It's not heavy, it's portable, and it's light. That is one thing that I found with it. Then advantage number two, affordability. In most cases, most electric breast pumps are costly or are expensive. So for mothers that are working on a low budget, a manual breast pump comes in handy, because some of them can be got at 50,000 Uganda shillings, 25,000 Uganda shillings. So depending on the brand, that you need. So usually some brands are a little more expensive, but still electric pumps are more expensive than most manual breast pump. So another advantage that I've found with a manual breast pump is the quiet operation. So for example, you are in public, or it's at night, or you are the only one with a baby and you do not want to wake them up with any form of sound, this comes in handy because you are the one that controls its sound. Really, it doesn't make much sound, but if you have been near an electric breast pump, you can tell. Everyone will know that you're actually pumping, so this doesn't make really much noise. So another advantage, no power needed, especially in places where you cannot access power or batteries. This comes in handy because all you need are your hands and the pump. So really, it doesn't have much work with it. Then another advantage is it's very easy to clean and assemble. Simple. Okay, as you can see, this bottle didn't come with it. Yeah, its own bottle got an issue, so I chose to incorporate in. And so the other advantage is that it can accept a bottle that isn't its brand. But anyway, it's very easy to assemble. Like I told you, and that is it. You clean all these parts. You clean this, you clean that, you clean that, you clean that, you clean this, you clean everything, and then you assemble it in less than 1 minute. You're already done assembling it. Then maybe also disassemble as you're going to clean. So it doesn't have very many parts. You can easily wash it and store it clean. You don't need to keep it for the next day or to keep it for the next hours immediately after using it. So it's very easy to clean. Another advantage is you have the control over the suction and speed. Rather than the electric breast pump, whereby you have to keep adjusting different settings to fit what you would actually want or what works for you, is that this one, you control it. You have the control. So as you use your hands, you're controlling it. You either do it very fast or slowly, depending on what is easy for you or works for you. Anyway, so like any other thing, it has its own advantages, but also it comes in with its own disadvantages, and this is what I've experienced. Disadvantage number one is labor intensive. It needs much work. You have to control it. You have to keep your hands on to make sure that it's able to pump out breast milk. But when we get to an electric breast pump, all you need is to place it to your breast and then control it with power, and then it will start doing the work. So all you have to do is to sit there, wait for it to pump, and then you are done. But this, your hands need to work, so it's really labor intensive, especially for long pumping sessions, and then it can cause fatigue, and then you find the mother doesn't rest enough because you have to pump and to store milk, and then this is not producing greatly as much as you need. Anyway, another disadvantage of using a manual breast pump is the slower pumping session. So whereas it helps in extracting breast milk, it extracts breast milk slowly. Yes, you get the breast milk, but it is slower, so it might lead to longer pumping sessions. So that is really a disadvantage, especially for one that wants to pump and then they go somewhere else. So you need to find that you need to spare time to pump. So another disadvantage is that this particular manual breast pump is not ideal for frequent pumping sessions. So for me, at some point I had to incorporate in an electric breast pump. I also shared a video on how to assemble an electric breast pump. So I had to incorporate it in to save time because I was doing frequent pumping and I needed to make a very huge stash. So this was helping in times of maybe travel or for me to relieve myself. But the electric breast pump actually did that bigger part of the frequent pumping session. And then for the mothers that are exclusively pumping breast milk, I think an electric breast pump will do more than this, because this could get tiring and yet you have to pump frequently. And another disadvantage is that it pumps one breast at a time. As you can see, it's a single manual breast pump. So most manual breast pumps are actually single. It's one, they sell one. Maybe if you are able to get one that sells two, or if you buy two at once and you work with the two, and this can be more tiring for you, especially during pumping. So this is another disadvantage. Whereas sometimes when we get to electric breast pump, most of them come when they are dual breast pumps. And another disadvantage is the learning curve. By the learning curve, I mean it might take you some time to find a most comfortable and pumping rhythm, which might not be the case when it gets to electric breast pump, because you keep adjusting the settings. I will show you maybe in the next video, but this particular one, you need to learn the most comfortable rhythm for pumping out breast milk. You see, you might need to do it very fast or slower, so depending. So it might take you time, especially in the first stages when you are learning to get that manual setting for you to extract breast milk. So well, all that said, manual breast pump is best for occasional and emergency use. All the mothers that are on a budget and they don't need to pump often or more frequently. But I would advise you that maybe an electric breast pump can be a better investment to the moms that want to pump frequently and maybe want to make a huge stash of breast milk. So we have come to the end of our video. Thank you for staying and this long, and kindly, if you haven't given it a thumbs up, please give it a thumbs up and comment. Also click that notification bell such that you are notified of every new video that I bring out or that I share. And if you have any other pros and cons of manual breast pumps, or the brands that you know that are good for mothers out there, kindly feel free to share in the comment section and tell us the best or the better brands and maybe what I just shared here, such that mothers can be inspired and maybe get better brands of breast pumps. So thank you so much for being supportive and for building this community with me. See you in the next video. Ciao.